heard your cries, Coogan Nation, but too much of a good thing is bad for your health. So we're only doing this once a week. Buckle up, baby. It's time for ETN. Brought to you by Lloyd's Construction and Consulting, providing first-class construction services on 1010XL.
All right, we get ready for a little battle here, a little ETN battle. I'll say this heading into it. I'm about my baseball squad. It's over. We're done as far as being the charming dirt daubers. That stuff's done. Reality is set in, boys. I mean, you can't. And with the news, and it's up to the team and the management. But with news that Conforto, McNeil, Carrasco, now are late June guys. Listen, do what you want to do, but you will not survive. You're playing every day for the next, 20 games.
I saw even one of your reserves ran into the wall. And he'll be out now.
Joan Schwaney Fargas. We're 5-15 club for the next 20 games, easy.
Well, we play you in 3 days, so I hope you're right.
If we don't do anything, honestly, we cannot.
How much you can do? You just got to deal with it.
You got to go find a couple guys. You can't bring in a guy like Maben and watch him go 0 for 8. You got to DFA him and go to the next. You got to try something. You cannot sit there. You're gonna. It's fine right now. All right, you're at 500, and everybody else nobody's running away with the division. So it's all right there. But if you're not going to be competitive,
just don't know what you can find. That's the problem.
Go look at
what you're going to give up.
Go look on the free agent farm.
It's 4 weeks,
or maybe you have to make a deal that you just have to. I mean, and I'm not talking about trading your future pieces, but my God, dude, you cannot. It
is interesting.
Terrible lineup.
It is interesting that you get a lot of those deals involving anonymous middle inning bullpen arms.
Yeah.
Like people go get bullpen arms all year long.
Yeah.
They find a guy on another team that they like and they bring him in. You don't see it with position players nearly as much.
Yeah.
You see it some, but
yeah. So Kyle, with that backdrop, you will be today's guest, Coogan Judge. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm great. How are you?
Good. Do you know how the game is played? I trust.
Yes, sir.
All right, away we go then.
Yes,
Beef. Take it away.
Kyle, for his efforts today.
That's what I want to know. What did he win?
Going to get a pair of tickets to see Molly Hatchet Friday night.
Heck yes.
At the Florida Theater. That's
Beef
an 8
again.
o'clock show.
This is Molly Hatchet.
The Molly Hatchet.
This isn't Molly Hatchet sound-alike.
No.
This is the Molly Hatchet.
I don't think they like to be called sound-alikes, Dan. They're tribute bands, but this is not a tribute band.
Stranger!
Lip singers.
Stranger!
This is the real Molly Hatchet.
Sir, we only do 80s,
Theater.
Joel.
Play something off the Stranger! But he'll be going to see that.
That one's not working.
Friday night.
Doesn't have the holding power some of our other lines. We keep going to it.
8 o'clock tickets are available online as well if you want to partake.
When you say something like that, you know what happens?
What's that? You do
Keep
it more?
doing it.
Just keep doing it.
That's fine. I was just I don't
gotta
care.
hammer it.
That was not bothering me yet.
Okay.
You make the people
And when
love
it does, it doesn't really matter, but for sure.
Round one.
Round one, obviously a lot of eyebrows raised yesterday when Shannon Sharpe cold called Julio Jones on FS1's Undisputed yesterday. A lot of questions about whether Julio knew he was on the air or not. So I guess that's the first place we'll start is, do you think, did Shannon Sharpe do Julio Jones dirty, or was this orchestrated in your estimation after seeing it and hearing it?
Well, there's a couple things here. Yeah, it's 1,000% against journalistic integrity to put him, and I know that some of the legal experts have weighed in, but the way we were taught, you can't even put somebody's voice on the air taped if you don't have their permission. You're not even allowed to tape someone's voice without their permission. So if you're cold calling a guy and just bringing him on live and you're not telling him you're on the air, you're a jackass. You're not a very good friend, and you're certainly no journalist, but these screaming talking heads at this point in time, they're not necessarily a journalist anyway. And the shame of it all is what bothers me about this is all the glory and commendations that Shannon Sharpe is getting for telling us absolutely nothing. We knew the Falcons were shopping Julio Jones. You knew when they drafted Kyle Pitts and not another quarterback that they were revamping their receiver unit. Everyone knows that Julio Jones is on the market and doesn't want to come back to Atlanta. Shannon Sharpe broke absolutely nothing new yesterday.
Well, I disagree with that. I mean, to hear what Julio said was, interesting to me. But not only is it journalistically unsound, it is against the law. You can't do that. You cannot put someone on air without their permission. It's one of the earliest tenets that you're taught in college, in journalism school. So, I mean, again, I can't wait to hear the rest of the story. And Fox is culpable in this. I mean, if you're the producer and you're watching this happen, you can't say let it go. You got to cut it. I mean, so I'll be curious to see what happens. And you know what the answer is? Nothing will happen, and they'll move on. But they got some more eyeballs on their product yesterday, and it's in this day and age, it's about the clicks and it's about the likes and it's about the social media interaction, and that's what they got.
Winner Dan.
Hell.
Round 2.
Round 2. Speaking of Julio Jones,
Yes, sir.
Bill Barnwell of ESPN had a column in which he predicted some post-June 1 moves of, NFL veterans who could be on the move, traded. One of those moves involved Julio Jones, and the team him being traded to would be the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
In his predicted trade in exchange for a second-round pick next year,
Yeah, I mean,
and
if I'm gonna-
Laviska Shenault.
Yeah, I'm going to clear that up.
Clear it up.
The answer is no.
Okay.
And it's on both sides.
Okay.
I mean, first
A
off,
double no.
Julio Jones, if we learned anything yesterday from Julio Jones, what did he say at the very beginning? Where do you want to go?
He said, can you hear me?
Yeah, he said, I want to play for a winner. Okay, I love our team. I love our city. I'm excited about the future. Julio Jones don't want to sit and go through a couple years. Julio Jones wants to go where he can win a Super Bowl ring now. So he's out, and then the Jags are out. Why would you want to add a 32-year-old Julio Jones, whose best football is definitely behind him? Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me on either side. So yeah, that's a weird one to me from the fella.
What was the question? What was the question?
Well, the
exactly?
question is, right.
Would you
I mean,
do that?
Right. Is that
Yes, I would do that.
Would you do that?
Of course you
would.
would.
They do that?
You give up Laviska Shenault and a second rounder for Julio Jones?
You would?
Yes.
Right. Would
In
Atlanta,
a
would
heartbeat.
Atlanta do
Are
it?
you kidding me? And Julio Jones, by the way, one thing you don't have
Yeah.
when you do this
Yeah.
is like 32 teams to choose from. There's too many teams out. The contenders you want to go to typically are tied up in salary or paying all the money to quarterbacks. And look, I don't think it's going to happen. That wasn't the question. The question is, would I give up Laviska Shenault and a second rounder for Julio Jones?
You get his contract too, don't forget.
I got $1,000 trillion that I'm not spending. I've got Trevor Lawrence, Julio Jones, a part of the arsenal.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Not me.
Bring a vet for Trevor. Winner Jeff.
Round 3.
Round 3, speaking of vets, a vet was on television last night expressing his love for everything in Green Bay except one particular person, Aaron Rodgers, speaking to Kenny Mayne, said he loves everything in Green Bay without mentioning the GM, Brian Gutekunst, specifically, which gives the impression that that's the one problem he has up there. Does that, in your estimation, show that there's maybe more of an opportunity for those two to mend fences than previously thought?
It shows what an entitled baby boob Aaron Rodgers is, who gets paid $30 million a year to play quarterback, who has talent all around him in every faction of the offense, who's had the best teams and top seeds and hasn't won. This is all about Aaron Rodgers taking his ball, sticking his pouty lower lip out and says, it can't be me. No, that's ridiculous what he said yesterday. The big
fact, I know that Kenny Mayne got Aaron Rodgers on the show, and I thought that was fascinating last night. But I have also scored an exclusive with Aaron Rodgers.
You have?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, wow, I didn't. Are you going to call him live on the air without telling him? Or?
No, I've got him right now lined up here. He knows he's coming on. I've got some tough questions for him.
Telling me Aaron Rodgers has agreed to join
Aaron Rodgers
you on
of
the
the
show.
Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
He's been doing the media rounds, maybe. So
interesting.
I'm lucky here. Aaron, thanks for being with us. Let me ask you first off the rip here as we bring you onto the program. I know you're
Is there a question?
in a land of discontent.
Land of confusion like Genesis.
Yeah, but do you think that you're being viewed wrongly here by Packer fans and everybody around the NFL? Aaron, do you need some cheese with that wine? Aaron, last question. We'll let we go. What teams do you want to be traded to? There's Aaron Rodgers with the Green Bay.
I don't
Exclusive.
I don't think that was
Did you
him.
tell him he
That
was
was
on
him.
I'm
live?
pretty sure
We
Beef
told him.
Googled babies crying.
No,
I'm pretty
that,
sure.
that was
Not
Aaron
accurate at all.
Rodgers, and that was creative and wonderful.
Wow,
I have more integrity than that, Jeff.
Come on, Jeff.
not so sure.
Winner Dan, he's got the exclusives.
Yes.
You know,
Round 4.
And by the way, I'm going to go on record right now. Write the date and the time.
Yes, sir.
If you ever say one syllable to me about using, quote, too much time, I'm going to kill you.
Kill you.
I'm sorry, what?
That was a death threat. A death threat.
I'm going to kill you.
Mark that down.
7:36 a.m.
Yeah, if anything
Tuesday,
happens-
March
I
25th.
mean,
If anything
Death
happens
threat.
to me, just make sure he
Death
goes
threat.
to jail.
ID Discovery. It'd be like Keith Morrison will show up.
Do you
What
remember
happened?
saying this, Jeff?
What happened between these
Where
friends?
were you on the night of?
Where did it go
He
wrong?
threatened to kill me.
ETN.
We found
Take
Dan
it.
dead with a receipt stuck
Could he,
to his head.
could he
from a
actually
restaurant.
have made good on those threats?
taking
Or was this just
time.
more hot air?
Yeah.
Round 4.
You don't quite have him down like you do Brokaw. Might want to just go Brokaw on that
I'll do
one.
whatever I want to do, and
Yeah.
you'll take 20 minutes to answer an ETN question.
both-
That's what
both
we've
points are fair.
determined. And Kyle, I about had it with you, bro. Are you listening to the show?
Yes, he's listening.
Do you? Is he?
I think so.
Are we sure?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Round 4.
He's got the exclusives. What's wrong?
I have an exclusive
Exclusive
too
interview.
for you. Take a look at the webcam right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, don't do it, Kyle.
Apologies to the Facebook
Don't
viewer.
do it.
Sorry, gang. It wasn't.
That's all right.
Kyle, I did nothing to this.
I'm going to read you a headline, and I'm just going to ask you if you agree or disagree.
Damn it, Kyle.
It's a headline from, you know him, you'll love him, Mike Florio over at Pro Football Talk, involving another quarterback who's unhappy with his current situation, although he's got some other things revolving in his atmosphere. Quote, there's a chance Deshaun Watson still plays for the Texans this year. Do you agree?
That's
There's a
from Mike
chance.
Florio?
Mike Florio.
No, I don't agree. I think Deshaun Watson is long gone. I don't think that's a broken, irrevocable, irretrievable, irreplaceable marriage, and it's over. So Deshaun, now, again, where's he going? Who knows? He's got not a lot of options right now, and I'm not sure how they're going to trade him, but that thing's a mess, and I'm glad it's not around here.
Well, I think you're missing the reason he said that. What's Mike Florio's background, by the way? He's a lawyer, right? He's looking at it from a legal side. So I'm sure when he says, and by the way, also important in that sentence is this year. So I think what he's thinking when he says that is this. This is not going to clear up enough to the point that another team's going to trade him. But this NFL policy of just putting guys indefinitely on a suspended list without having a reason is going to be challenged in this case by Houston or Deshaun Watson. I think that's where he is coming from. I don't think anyone thinks this is a long, happy marriage, but because he was so specific about being this year and because his overall future is so up in the air, who's going to pull the trigger on a deal?
Let's take this home, Kyle.
Winner, Jeff.
Welcome to round 5, and prepare to die.
Yeah.
Wow.
See,
Gonna kill
I'm not allowed
somebody.
to say I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally promote death as part of the enterprise.
Part of the
It was an advice to prepare.
I got you.
Prepare yourself.
Prepare to die. Well, there you go. Now,
You know? I didn't say which one of you. That's the voice guy. I have culpable deniability.
yes.
Lastly, round 5, the NBA playoffs resume tonight. Both the LA teams in 1-0 holes. So who needs it more tonight?
is it? Who is it? Me?
It is you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Clippers need it more tonight. That's an easy one, and not because the Lakers are in any less trouble, but they're playing their first 2 games on the road. And if you're the home team in the first 2, you can't lose the first 2 games at home, or you're not going to win the series. If you're the road team and you lose the first 2 games on the road, yeah, it's going to be harder, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're definitely losing the series. So the Clippers, as the higher seed at home, already down 1-0, cannot afford to lose another game to Luka and the Mavs.
Yeah, that's great, but nobody cares about the damn Clippers,
What's
so
the
that
question?
doesn't matter. So it's all real. And if the Lakers lose tonight, they're done. They're on the ropes. It's a must-win. When you're playing Game 2 and you're down, I mean, I know it. I'm watching it with the Knicks and the Hawks. So here's the deal, man. All eyes are focused on the Lakers and the Suns. And a lot of people will be rooting for the Suns to win this thing and put the Lakers in that deep hole, but they're not coming back if they fall down 2-0. And you know what? If the Clippers fall down 2-0, well, you know what? If a tree falls in the woods and nobody hears it, does it make a sound? I mean, that's the deal with the Clippers, okay? It's all about the Lake Show, and it's all about rooting against them or rooting for them. Bing, bang, bong. Give me that basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that, Kyle?
Winner, Jeff.
This could be good news for me.
He's celebrating on the hall as he anticipated a loss from Kyle. So he denigrated.
This could be good news. He denigrated you,
Dog
Kyle.
cut,
Kyle, that
Kyle.
was a lack of character on your part, I have to say. You got bullied by a guy, and then he verbally bullied. Kyle, are you there?
Kyle's gone.
Kyle,
want to hear you.
he verbally bullied you, and then you voted for him. Like, please be my friend. That was weak.
Yeah.
That was a little weak.
Like the guy who yells stuff at Phil,
I
hoping
mean,
to be a friend.
Jeff is an ass. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And nobody likes him. And yet you let him bully you. Shame on you, Kyle. Shame.